Hey guys, this is Gloria. So I just want to come and make this really quick video on preparations for making your Tilda doll if you're making a doll for the doll swap. And or even if you're just following along and you're not in the swap, I still wanted to share with you guys some things that you may need in terms of supplies. So first off, you're going to need some type of pincushion. Because you're going to need a lot of pens. If you're like me, I use a lot of pens because you know, just trying to sew straight is is a little difficult when you don't pin things. So I just like to use a lot of pens. So make sure that you have a nice pin cushion with a lot of pens handy. I would also have some regular sewing needles handy just in case you need to go over something so that you won't have to go back and, you know, re-sew it. You can just do it by hand. Plus, you're going to need to do some portions by hand because you have to be able to turn your doll and stuff your doll with stuffing. So what you're going to need to start out with is you're going to need some material. And this particular material is broadcloth, and it's a thinner material, kind of like a sheet type of material. And this is really cheap. You can actually buy a fat quarter for like $1 or $2 at Joann's or Michael's. No, yeah, I think Michael's does have fat quarters, but yeah, or you can just buy like I don't even think you need a half a yard of material to do the doll, and we're doing the larger doll. So just make sure that you check your patterns to make sure you know how much material you need. But this is broadcloth. I use this for my first doll. I will say with the broadcloth, you should maybe change your stitch length down a bit. My machine is normally at 2.5, but I change it to 2.0 when I'm using a thinner material because we're turning this doll inside out and we're going to be stuffing her, so we want to make sure that her stitches don't pop loose when you go to stuff her, because you're going to need a lot of stuffing for the doll. This is some other material that I found at Michael's just recently, and it is canvas, and you get 1.5 yards, and I believe this was $10, and I used a 50% off coupon, which brought this down to $5, which is not bad at all for 1.5 yards of canvas material. This is in the skin tone color, and it is much thicker than the broadcloth. I didn't open it up. Let's open it up so I can show you how thick it is. Now, I didn't use this my first time around, but I just felt like if I'm going to do a doll for someone else, I want it to be very sturdy, and this is a very sturdy material. Because again, it's canvas. It's very, very sturdy. It's not, you know, stretchy or anything like that. And I just thought that it would be a better quality to use than the broadcloth. So that's why I chose that. So again, this was brought from Michael's just recently, and it was $10. And then I used a 50% off coupon for that. You're going to need a really good pair of sewing scissors. I actually purchased these from an estate sale. These are the Ginger, I guess it's pronounced. You don't have to buy, you know, expensive scissors, but you do have to have, this is how it comes, but you do have to have some fabric scissors. Don't use your paper scissors on your fabric because you will be sorry. So get you a good pair of fabric scissors. I mean, they don't even have to be a good pair, but they just have to be designated as fabric scissors so that you'll only cut fabric with them. So that is what these are for. You will also need a pair of just regular paper cutting scissors. Any old scissors will do because you're going to need to be able to cut out your patterns. Also, what I would suggest getting is a marker similar to this one. It is called a charcoal. I don't even think you can see that, but it's called a charcoal erasable pen. That's what it's called. And so what this is a marker that you can use on fabric, and it makes it a lot easier to transfer your pattern onto your material because you can just use this to trace around it. And this is actually an air dry marker, so once it dries in the air, probably like a couple of hours or so, the the ink starts to disappear. This is a disappearing marker. You can also use a pencil. They have material pencils where you just trace around, and I think you can just wipe that away. They also have chalk, so you can use different things. Or if you don't want to use anything at all and you're really good with patterns, then you don't have to use anything. But I found that this works really good. So I have that. Then I want to share with you the pattern. So this is my patterns from the book, and this one comes out of the summertime or the springtime. I can't remember, but either way it goes, we're using a larger doll, which is this one, you know, the really big one. Let me zoom back out. And so what you're going to do is you're going to print, you know, just put your book on a copy machine and print all of your pages. So this is the first page to the doll that I want to create, right? And so right now they have her all, there's 3 pieces: her arm, her body top, and her body bottom, like her butt part, if you will. So what you're going to do is, first off, you're going to copy this particular page 3 times because it overlaps. You're going to need to cut out this one. You're going to need to cut out the arm, and you're going to need to cut out the bottom of the body. So you have to copy this page 3 times in order to get this pattern. Once you do that, if you're going to make a 2-tone body doll, meaning the top part of her is skin tone and this part is maybe, you know, a pretty fabric, then you're going to need to fold it here, and you're going to need to put her head on the part of the material that's the skin tone. You're going to need to put this bottom part on the part that is fabric. I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. Let me get my doll real quick and show you what I mean. Oh, just dropping things. So this is my doll here, and so if you guys could see, her head is a different shade than her undershirt part. So I had to put the top of her neckline, I had to put that down on where the skin fabric was, and then this fabric, I had to make sure that the line matched up with that line. I hope that makes sense, but yeah, we'll go over that part when we get there. But just know that for right now, you do have to cut out all, you know, three pieces of this. But if you're not going to make her 2-tone, you could take this top part to this bottom part here and just make it all one piece. And just cut it as one piece on your fabric material, your skin tone fabric material. So you're going to cut that part out, and then you're going to also need this page where you're going to, you only need to copy this page 1 time, and you just cut out her her legs, and those are the patterns for her legs. And so unless you're making her, again, one piece, then if you're making her all one skin color, then you're going to attach this to this and then just cut it out as one piece. I hope that makes sense. And then the rest of the patterns are the clothes. So speak with your partner regarding if they want to be surprised by the outfit that you make, or if they prefer like a dress or the pants or whatever. But it really doesn't matter. It's all about the actual doll. I think that you should use your creative eye to create the clothing and stuff like that for your doll. So that is part 1, guys, and we will be back when it's time to put the body on the material and start tracing out. And I hope that these videos are going to be helpful for those that are in the swap as well as those that are on the sidelines and following along. I really do appreciate those people that are following along with the swap. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and then when this one is over, hopefully we'll be able to do another one and more people will be able to participate. Alright guys, so take care, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.